You are watching Daily Market Pulse. Today is May 1st, 2026. If you want a clean daily read on macro and market risk, subscribe for the next briefing. Bitcoin surges 11-13% in April, but May tops loom. Here is the framework for today's briefing. Macro and geopolitics. The World Bank's cautious outlook and the impact of interest rates. Gold and silver. Prices capped near current levels, but what's driving demand? Oil and commodities, inflation risks and the impact on gold and Bitcoin. Stocks and bonds, record highs but May tops loom. Crypto, Bitcoin's strong rally, but what's next? Daily financial market update, live prices, gold, silver, crypto, equities, US bonds, and trend. Now let's look at geopolitics. The World Bank is cautious about the economy, and that's driving demand for safe haven assets like gold and Bitcoin. With interest rates on the rise, investors are watching closely. The 10-year yield is at 4.0 to 4.5%, and Fed speakers are up this week. Now let's look at gold and silver. Gold prices are near $4,700, driven by safe haven demand and inflation concerns. With oil prices on the rise, gold and silver may see further gains. Investors are watching closely, as these assets can provide a hedge against inflation and market volatility. Now, let's look at oil and commodities. Oil prices are driving inflation concerns, and that's impacting the economy. With inflation data on the horizon, investors are watching closely. Higher oil prices could drive gold and silver prices higher and impact interest rate decisions. Now let's look at stocks and bonds. Stocks are at record highs, driven by strong earnings and a positive economic outlook. However, May tops are a concern, as they could impact stock prices. Investors are watching closely, as this could be a key factor in the market. Now, let's look at crypto. Bitcoin is nearing $80,000 resistance, driven by strong demand and a positive outlook. This is a key level to watch, as it could drive further gains. Investors are watching closely, as this could be a key factor in the crypto market. Now let us turn to today's live market snapshot, where gold, crypto, stocks, and bonds are actually trading right now. Now for our daily financial market update. Here is where the key asset classes stand as of Friday, May 1st, 2026. Gold is trading at $4,636.40, slightly higher on the day, and is slightly lower over the past 5 sessions. Silver is at $76.34, strongly higher today and higher over the past 5 sessions. In crypto, Bitcoin is at $78,504, higher on the session and higher over the past 5 sessions. Ethereum is at $2,308, higher today. Other major crypto, Solana at $84.17, BNB at $620.15, XRP at $133. On equities, the S&P 500 at 7,239.41, slightly higher. The Nasdaq at 2,536.7, slightly higher. The Dow at 49,074.89, slightly lower. Internationally, the DAX at 24,092.38, higher. The Nikkei at 59,513.12, slightly lower. The FTSE at 10,363.93, slightly lower. On the bond side, the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield is at 4.38%, slightly lower on the session, and the 30-year yield is at 4.97%, slightly lower. Yields remain in focus as the market watches for Federal Reserve signals. Rounding out the macro picture, WTI crude at 101.27 per barrel, sharply lower. The dollar index at 98.7, flat. The overall tone is risk-on. Equities and crypto are both bid, suggesting investors are positioned for continued upside in the near term. So what does today mean for you? It means being cautious about May tops in Bitcoin and stocks while keeping an eye on gold and interest rates. Thank you for your attention, and we will see you again tomorrow.